Hello everyone!
Hey!
And welcome to Uncut Gaming,
Where we don't edit our videos.
but we are raising sheep and making beer.
Yes.
And meeting Scottish people.
Celebrities, yeah.
Yeah. In Glen More II Chronicles.
Yeah.
Which is the second Glen More to come out, right?
It's kind of a sequel-ish thingy.
Yeah. The base game is almost the same. I mean, there are major differences, but the core mechanism is roughly the same.
Yes, the core mechanisms are almost identical.
Yeah, and there are 8 Chronicles, which are 8 mini expansions that you can add when you play Glen More, which add a lot. In this video, we're going to cover just the base game of Glen More II. And then in a separate video, which you'll find a link for down in the description below, we'll review all of the expansions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of didn't want to go into spoiler territory because they're closed and they're cute and it's really fun to just open it and go like, wow, this is nice. So we wanted to cover the base game first because it's not identical to Glen More. And then move on to the other stuff in a separate video in case, I don't know, people don't want to know, which is legit.
Yeah. So
this was a Kickstarter, right?
Yes, it was it was a Kickstarter, but people can. It's not a Kickstarter only, right? In Glen More, we are territory farm raising people. We're clans. We're basically clans, right?
Yes.
We're clans people, and we have our territory, which is comprised of a river that runs in the middle here. And during the game, we'll pick up more territory tiles, and we'll place them orthogonally adjacent to existing tiles and adjacent to one of our clans people, right? Some of them have costs, some of them have one-time bonuses, which we'll cover during the game, and some of them have activation abilities, which happen once you place the tile, and also if you place another tile around it.
Yeah.
Right?
When you place a tile, all surrounding tiles get their activation again.
Yep.
And notice that some tiles have the river icon, which means they can only be placed in the river areas now. In this case, you can't place it here because when you place a tile, you need an adjacent clan's person.
Yeah, clan person. Yep. Another type of tile that we can pick up are the person's tiles, which are relevant to this board. This means basically, according to this icon here, this one-time ability, that we can take a disk of ours and place it through the route. If we start from here or from any existing disk, and we can move through the map, paying costs if necessary. And whenever we land, wherever we land, we would just take the bonus. Some of them are one-time, some of them are ongoing. We'll cover them throughout the game.
Yeah, and
at the end of...
We can continue each other's trail. So for example, if I placed here, Idan's not restricted to his own discs. He can go from mine.
Yeah. So we're playing 4 rounds. Oh, I forgot to place the last tile. So do you want to cover the...
While we're doing the upkeep, I'll remove this, since that's one of the expansion cards that we're not playing with.
Oh, that's a mistake. Okay.
It's okay. So
go through the contests.
Oh, yes. At the end of each of these piles, we will have a contest. And we will be measured on gaps from the lowest in 4 fields. Number of clans people you have atop of your castle. So we start with 0, but we can always move someone over here. The number of location cards that you have. These are special locations. Some of the cards have a location icon, and then you just take the location card. This is also part of the contest. And whiskey barrels?
Yep. Whiskey barrels. And I said, never mind. Go ahead.
I just don't remember the difference between whiskey and scotch, so I wanted to make sure that it's whiskey.
And lastly?
And lastly, the number of person's tiles that you have.
Yep.
So basically, when we check a contest, we check who has the lowest. So in 4 players, for example, you see who has the minimum number of whiskey barrels. So if it's 0, then that's the 0. If it's 1, then you subtract 1 from all of them. And then you score according to this little
I think they can see it.
Yeah, according to this little
Table. Yep.
table, basically up until a gap of 4 or 5, it's just 1 point, but it really ramps up. And it also has diminishing returns. So, for example, if you're 6 or 7 from the minimum, then
You still get...
it's a bit of a waste since you still get your 8 points.
Yeah. So I think in this video, we'll just play the first round. We'll go through A, and then we'll do a separate video for the rest of the game.
You just don't want to just do one round? You want to go all the way to the contest? Sure, let's go all the way to the contest.
Okay. All right.
So we covered everything.
Yeah,
Your
I
first
start
player.
with I start with 5 coins because I'm the first player. I am last. I am last on the round track here on the rondelle, and I can go as further away as I want.
Did we mention that the player whose turn it is the last one?
Yes, I just did it. So I can go as further away as I want, but then I have to wait for everybody to pass over me, and only then will I get another turn.
Yep.
So I think I'll start just by taking this sheep tile, and I'm going to place it around my clansman, which is here. And then I get this activation, which is 1 sheep. The number of items on a tile is maxed at 3. And then I get a movement point because of this icon, and another movement point because of this icon. Because again, all of these tiles are activated. I will choose to not move him, but that's it.
Okay.
And then we move another tile over, right?
Yeah. I wanted to say something, and now I don't remember what I wanted to say. Okay. Yes, you get to choose the activation order. So if, for example, you would have had free sheep here, you can choose to sell your sheep first and only then activate the tile. So you have free reign on that. You only need to have the resources before picking up the tile. I think that's the only rule. Great. I will take the cattle because if you get sheep, I get cattle.
Okay. Now because we're playing less than 4 players.
We have the doom die.
Yep, which will get rolled, and it'll pick a tile to just discard.
Demolish.
And then we can continue. I think I'll take the stone tile.
Very good, honey.
And I'll place it over here. And again, activating everything that's around it. So that's 1 sheep, and that is 1 stone, and that is 1 movement point, which I'll move over here.
Now, the doom die skips over
Percentiles.
So it will never take percentiles, and I think that chronicle tiles as well.
Yes.
It never takes persons or chronicles, but it does kill off Dawn on Castle. So Dawn on Castle is not available to us anymore, but we still have Castle Stalker.
Yeah, and it is my turn.
Yes, it is.
And so I think Castle Stalker means I get 3 coins. I think that's worth it for me. So first I need to pay. I have the stone. I don't have the wood, so I can buy wood from the market. That'll cost me 2 coins. I'm just marking that off there. And I'll buy cattle again, putting 2 coins over there. At the end of the game, we didn't mention this, but coins are worth victory points. So essentially I forgo for victory points right now. But I get this tile, and again, I need to put it somewhere around here. I think I'll put it here, maybe?
Very good. Now, you also get the card.
I get the card, which gives me 3 coins.
Yes, I'm on it. So you get 3 coins.
Yeah, I get a person, clansman, and I get to activate these 2, which means a sheep and a stone. I think that, and then I have 1 movement point. So, and the movement point doesn't have to be for the clan persons that are around it. It could be any person. I can break down the movement points for several people. I think I'll move this person down, and I can move him diagonally. So I think I'll move him to be on my home castle, just to get ready for the competition that will be coming close soon.
No, since we have 2 tiles, then I'm gonna start getting ready. Now, I'm last. I get to take the person's tile. Now, this does not go into my territory. This goes to the side, since it's a person. And I think I'm gonna go from here, pay 1 coin, pay a 2nd coin, and get Mr. David Hume.
Why?
Well, David Hume counts as 2 persons. So now we start the competition with me having 3 persons and Idan having 0. So that's lots of points.
Yes.
Okay, so that was my turn. And then, because I'm still last, it's my turn again. I'm gonna go and take the village. And I'm gonna place the village over here. That means less activations, but...
Why does it mean less activations?
Because if I would have placed it here, I would have gotten cattle or anything like that. But I kind of want to start spreading out. So I get another person. He's on top of the village. And I got 3 movement points. So I'm going to use just 1. Get over here. Maybe I'll use 2. Nah, not worth it. Or is it?
Okay.
It is worth it.
Okay, very good.
And
Yep.
contest time. So let's do this one slowly. Number of people on castles. You have 1. I have 2. I get 1 victory point.
Can you point that out on the table?
Yeah.
Here.
So it's a gap of 1. So I get 1 victory point. And locations, you have 1. I have 0. That's not mine. So you get 1 point. Whiskey barrels, 0 and 0. However, persons, I have 3 and you have 0. So according to the table,
Yep.
I get 3 points.
Yeah. And we would continue doing this. There are additional types of tiles like market tiles and overbuild tiles, but basically it's the same game.
Yeah, the different rounds really add a lot of new stuff.
Yeah. And then at the end of the game, we just do, again, the same 4 contests that we just did, plus another contest for having the smallest village, and whoever has a villager that is bigger than that has to lose 1 point per tile more than the person with the smallest village. And then we count coins as well, and that's the game, right?
Yep.
Okay, very short, very good. If you want to continue seeing us playing the game, there's a link in the description. If you want to skip over to the review, there's another link in the description.
Yeah, many links.
And if you want us to, and if you want to see us reviewing the full set of Chronicles, the mini expansions, there's another link in the description.
Yeah, so that's like at least 3 links.
At least 3 links, maybe
even 4.
Or even 4. Okay, so we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.